afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Monday. Charlotte DeLeste in for Susan Simon, who remains on family leave. Good to see you. Have a good weekend?
Yeah, it was a nice weekend. Pretty busy.
Yeah, warm yesterday.
But yeah.
Turn the air on.
You did. You did. I didn't. I refuse.
Turn the heat back on.
I know.
Lots going on today. Let's get started. Topping the news today, an assistant coach at a local high school has confessed to secretly filming at least 18 girls in a school locker room. We'll hear how long this has been going on.
Police have charged the driver of an SUV with manslaughter after he plowed his car through a group of migrants near the southern border. In Brownsville, Texas, I'm Nicole Skanga with the latest.
And Republicans are pushing a proposal that would raise the funds the state gives to cities and counties. Political reporter Will Keneally is standing by with more.
But first, let's take a look outside. Kind of a rainy day on Monday. Always get you down.
Yeah.
Ducks like it, though.
Yeah, it's a good Duck Monday for if you like that, right?
And I think this is improving from here on out.
Oh, good.
Greg's in the back. Where is Greg? He is in the backyard.
Yep.
Still raining?
It is still a little light drizzle right now. I think most of the rain is starting to taper off, but some areas, especially north and east, are going to get that cloud cover. Some breaks in the clouds to the western area. We're starting to see little breaks here, and that'll be kind of the trend going on throughout the night. It'll just take some time, but overall, it's been a cloudy day. If you look at the temperatures right now, we're in the 50s to the east, but where they've had a little bit more sun to the west, they've actually gotten up into the low to mid 60s. So precipitation, that band is actually beginning to shrink as we speak. A few thunderstorms to the west over in eastern Iowa, but overall, that band begins to shrink. So I think overall, most areas will start to dry up this evening. Maybe areas to the far northeast of Madison will continue to see a little bit of light rain for a couple more hours. Future track shows that kind of fading away, and then the activity to the west and eastern Iowa kind of stays to the west of Wisconsin too as it falls apart. So overall, we're going to see temperatures pretty steady over the evening hours, a slow drop, and then cloud cover will decrease as we go overnight into tomorrow morning. We're not expecting too much, but you see out west a lot more sunshine. We're expecting to see more of that sunshine and warmer temps over the next few days, and I'll break that down and what it looks like and what it looks like for Mother's Day weekend too a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, thank you, Greg. There may be as many as 18 victims. That's the news officials are releasing today after police arrested a Janesville high school sports coach on Friday.
He's accused of putting a recording device inside a girl's locker room and is now in jail on a $10,000 bond. Our Catherine Merck is live in Janesville with the details. Catherine.
Today, police told us the assistant track coach admitted to recording students in the locker room for at least 2 years, and that included 18 students minimum. Tentative charges of child pornography possession along with other crimes are at stake here. They searched the coach's home and the rest of the school for additional recording devices. The district said it is providing extra support to students during this investigation.
We do know that there's lots of emotions that all of us are feeling at this time, anger, frustration, and we are working hard to make sure that we are providing supports for all of us who are feeling those.
Police said they have notified one student and their family so far, but I spoke with a parent who now worries that her child could be one of those 18 other victims. You'll hear from her next at 5 o'clock. Reporting live from Janesville, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
Catherine, thank you. We'll see you at 5 o'clock. The Grant County coroner ruled Friday that a 34-year-old man who went missing from Platteville in December of last year and was found in March died of hypothermia. Ronald Henry was reported missing on December 5th of last year after traveling to Platteville to take a live-in farm job with a friend and their uncle. His body was later found on March 5th in a ravine about a mile south of the residence where he was last seen. Henry's death was ruled accidental due to hypothermia. Officials also say meth use was also a contributing factor. Republicans are pushing a proposal that would raise the funds the state gives to cities and counties.
But those funds come with a catch. Political reporter Will Keneally explains.
So that funding, called shared revenue, has a few strings attached to it, especially for the city of Milwaukee, which has some strict public safety requirements in order to get those funds. But even in places around the state, the GOP bill would place restrictions, including barring counties from putting advisory referenda on the ballot.
We've seen it with restrictions around voting access, And now this would be just another avenue by which they would be muzzling voters' voices. And that's the wrong direction for representative democracy.
Dane County Board Chair Patrick Miles says that is an unnecessary step for the state legislature to take. But Republicans see it differently, and we'll hear more from them coming up at 5 and more on the future of this critical shared revenue bill.
The Madison Teachers Union is asking all teachers to only work their contracted hours for Teacher Appreciation Week. The move comes as the union tangles with administrators over next year's proposed wage increase, with the union demanding an 8% increase instead of the current 3.5% base increase proposed. Union President Michael Jones estimates the average teacher works between 25 and 30 hours more than their contracted work week. He's hoping to raise awareness for that in this initiative.
And we don't have enough time during the school day to do that work because, especially since we have so few workers, everyone's covering for everyone else just to make it through the day.
All of this, he says, is contributing to teacher burnout. The district this cycle has gone through severe short staffing, much like many others around the nation.
1 month after extending alcohol sales through the end of the 8th inning, the Brewers are going back to cutting off sales after the 7th inning. In April, the team extended sales because of the shorter game times caused by Major League Baseball's new pitch clock rules. A team spokesperson says there have been no behavior issues, but extending the sale window did not make much of a difference on how much alcohol was sold. The 7th inning cutoff will return tonight when the Brewers host the Dodgers. Well, police in Brownsville, Texas have charged a man in connection with the deadly crash Sunday outside a migrant center.
8 people died and 10 others critically injured.
Nicole Skenga has the latest from Brownsville.
The driver of a Range Rover that plowed into a group of migrants at a bus stop in Brownsville, Texas, Sunday morning, now faces manslaughter charges.
Through the investigation, it was found that the SUV ran a red light, lost control, flipped on its side, and struck a total of 18 individuals.
The chief says 34-year-old Georgia Alvarez attempted to run from the scene, but bystanders held him down until police arrived. Investigators are awaiting a toxicology report and looking at whether the crash was intentional.
George Alvarez is a Brownsville local with an extensive rap sheet. He has been formally charged and arraigned with 8 counts of manslaughter, 10 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
This migrant, Luis, was traveling with the victims, many from Venezuela. He said they were at the bus stop waiting for a ride to the airport when they saw the SUV barreling toward them. The witness said the SUV driver was yelling profanities at the crowd as he accelerated.
They were coming at about 60 miles per hour, and when they saw all of us migrants standing there, they accelerated. I can't say how fast, but they accelerated and ran us all over.
On Sunday night, the community held a mass to honor the victims. Police say the suspect is not cooperating with the investigation. Nicole Skenga, CBS News, Brownsville, Texas.
The suspect is being held on a $3.6 million bond. The police chief says he could face more charges as the investigation unfolds.
Brownsville, just a few miles from the southern border, has seen a sharp increase in the number of migrants coming into the city.
Investigators are looking into whether the shooter in this weekend's deadly mass shooting at a mall outside Dallas had links to a neo-Nazi group. The gunman killed 8 people and injured 7 others Saturday afternoon. Law enforcement sources tell CBS News the shooter, seen on dash cam video that we have frozen here, was wearing body armor and was heavily armed. Police say he was killed by an officer who happened to be at the mall. Joshua Barnwell was shopping for new jeans when the gunfire started, and he rushed to help victims.
There were so many injuries, I couldn't even come close to compress every area.
Would you want to talk to the people that you helped?
I would, and not for any glad handing. I would just want to see them and let them know that I'm glad they're here. I really am.
An Army spokesperson says the shooting suspect joined the service in 2008 but never completed basic training. An Army official tells CBS News his separation 3 months later was because of physical or mental conditions.
A California panel approved the most sweeping recommendations yet to determine potential reparations for Black Americans. The committee also studied policies that have harmed Black Americans for generations. California's Reparation Task Force approved recommendations on how the state can potentially compensate eligible Black residents and apologize for generations of discriminatory policies. The final vote in Oakland over the weekend follows 2 years of study, 15 public hearings, and some disagreement. Last year, the panel defined eligibility as descendants of enslaved or free Black people living in the U.S. prior to the end of the 19th century.
Not just years of slavery and segregation, but also years of not being able to get home loans, not being able to build basic equity for their families, not having access to pension funds.
What happens in California could serve as a model for other states and municipalities grappling with the issue of reparations.
Well, happening tonight at 5, Hook's Cheese Company is releasing its 20-year cheddar to the public. Tony Hook himself will be cutting the cheese in a special ceremony in Mineral Point this evening. Hook's makes 70 different varieties of cheese, but this 20-year cheddar is their crown jewel. There simply is no other 20-year cheddar available. It is so rare, it's like finding a needle in a haystack of cheese. This is only the 3rd time that Tony Hook has released a 20-year cheddar.
If you just set something aside, chances are it might turn bitter in a year, 2 years, 5 years. So that's why we taste test it at least once a year all the way along, just to make sure it develops like we want.
Well, because of the time and labor involved, it sells for about $209 a pound. Hook's Cheese is taking pre-orders on their website, and we've linked it to channel3000.com, but you need to act fast if you want a slice of the action. When the 20-year batch debuted in 2015, all 450 pounds sold out in just 2 days.
450 pounds at $2 a pound.
$250 or $209 a pound. That's a lot. It's just a lot. My gosh.
There's a new hot hatch on the market, and it comes from Toyota, of all places.
We go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs in the new GR Corolla. Yes, Corolla. That's when Live at 4 continues.
At Revamp, we transform your old beat-up concrete from this to this in one day. We grind down the concrete to open up the pores for a perfect bond. Then we repair all cracks and apply our base coat and chip and seal it with our polyaspartic top coat that will never chip, peel, or discolor. On top of all that, our coatings are ridiculously easy to clean and covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty. And right now, we're running our 60-60-60 sale. So when you purchase your new concrete coating from any of our Revamp brands, you get a $60 Visa gift card, plus either 60% off the installation or 60-month no-interest financing. And when you call during this program, you'll also get up to 10 carbon fiber concrete stitches free, which help reinforce cracks and stop them from spreading. A $350 value for free.
South Central Wisconsin homeowners, pick up the phone. Call 1-800-886-8411. That's 1-800-886-8411.
Postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer are living longer with Kisqali. So long live family time. Long live dreams. And long live you. Kisqali is a pill proven to help women live longer when taken with an aromatase inhibitor. And Kisqali helps preserve quality of life, so you're not just living, you're living well. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Long live hugs and kisses. Ask about Kisqali and long live life.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again.
News 3 Now, live at 4.
It is the #1 killer in the U.S., but there are ways to reduce risk of heart attack.
And that includes eating healthy. So what diets are best to maintain heart health? #1, the DASH diet, which stands for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension. Eat more veggies, fruit, and low-fat dairy foods, and limit foods high in saturated fat. Plus it limits sodium intake to about a teaspoon of table salt a day. Other diets rounding out the top tier are the pescatarian diet, which allows dairy, eggs, fish, and other seafood, but no meat nor poultry. The Mediterranean diet came in third, mostly because it recommends a small glass of red wine each day. Yes, Charlotte's shaking her head yes. It doesn't limit salt either.
Even making small changes that help you align more closely with this, you'll start to see a positive return on investment.
Eating patterns that didn't stack up as well include very low carb diets such as Atkins, various keto diets like the well-formulated ketogenic diet or WFKD. Those are at the bottom tier of the rankings due to their emphasis on red meat, whole dairy, and saturated fats, as well as limiting fruit and vegetable intake.
Well, if you're not concerned about limiting your food intake, all-you-can-eat buffets are back. Yay. Now that this pandemic has subsided. Industry tracker Placer.ai says visits to the 3 leading chains were up 125% in March compared to January of 2021. Nation's Restaurant News reports Golden Corral sales grew 14% last year compared to pre-pandemic levels. CC's and Pizza Ranch also are thriving. Now, the turnaround follows a number of bankruptcies when COVID-19 restrictions were in place. Affected chains include Old Country Buffet, CC's, Furr's Fresh Buffet, and Soup Plantation and Sweet Tomatoes.
You're making all that up. Never heard of any of those places.
They're real.
Stocks flows mixed as regional bank stocks continue to rally. The Dow Industrials lost 55 points, but the Nasdaq managed a 21-point gain. The S&P 500 was up as well by almost 2 points.
Well, the best-selling car in the world is the Toyota Corolla. First introduced in 1966, they have sold over 50 million of them worldwide. Practical, reliable, affordable, it really makes sense.
But Toyota's owner wanted a hot hatch to compete with the likes of the Golf R, the VW Golf R, the Honda's Civic Type R, a car like a Corolla but with performance. He got what he wanted. We go behind the wheel in the GR Corolla. Wait until you see this. I'm not sure what I'm looking at here.
You're looking at a Toyota Corolla, Mark.
Really?
But this is not like any Corolla you've ever seen. This is the GR Corolla, and that means it's been put into the hands of the mad scientists at Toyota GR Racing.
GR is?
Gazoo Racing. And they do mad things to vehicles, and they've done that here.
The madness lies under the hood.
You have a 1.6-liter turbocharged engine under the hood that makes 300 horsepower.
How is that possible?
It's, again, magic.
When you consider a regular Corolla has a 4-cylinder engine that makes 169 horsepower, this car with one less cylinder has almost twice the power.
Not only do you have a completely different engine, you have a 6-speed manual transmission that was built specifically for this powertrain.
And get this, each cylinder gets its own tailpipe. And it sounds great.
Yes, it's a fun little growly car.
Let's fire her up. The Gazoo Racing team knows what it's doing. You have to remind yourself you're in a Toyota. This is a driver's car.
This is totally a driver's car. I really love the way it handles and the overall spirit of this car. It's just, you can't drive it and help but smile.
I have to hit, it's not a passenger car.
No.
It's a little rough.
Yes, it is. This, unlike a lot of performance vehicles that have adaptive suspensions, this doesn't. This is tuned. This version, the Circuit Edition, is stiffer and tuned for track driving.
This little racer was born out of embarrassment.
Akio Toyoda, the chairman of the Toyota Motor Company, is a driving enthusiast, and he, I think, basically was embarrassed that they didn't have a hot hatch that could compete with the Volkswagen Golf R or the Honda Civic Type R or some of those performance hot hatch vehicles.
And compete it does. How about 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds with adjustable all-wheel drive that's rear-based?
You can set it so it's 60-40 front to rear or 30-70 front to rear, so you can do more drifting type moves if you'd like to.
And you can do this. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow is right. Back on the ground, a smiling Harvey really likes this car.
Toyota makes a lot of good cars, but this is the one car in their lineup that really speaks to me as a driving enthusiast. And as someone who's owned GTIs and other sports cars, this really fills that role really, really well. I honestly like this better than the Supra.
This is not hype. This is the real thing.
Yes, very much. Toyota nailed it with this.
How much?
$35,900 base price for a Corolla. This one, the Circuit Edition with a carbon roof and some other goodies on it, is about $42,000. I think the top of the line Maurizio gets up to about $45,000.
But the same power in each trim.
It's a silly little car that you just want to have fun in.
Harvey is here now.
Yeah.
And you're maybe responsible for this car being made.
Well, you know, I'd like to take credit for it. A couple of years ago, I was at an event in Dallas with the driving a bunch of performance Toyotas, and they had the old Corolla hatch back there, and one of the engineers said, "Isn't it great we have a Corolla hatch with a 6-speed that can compete with the GTI?" I said, "That doesn't compete with the GTI. You need to give it to your Gazoo racing team and see what they can do." And 2 years later,
voila.
What do we have?
I was going to say, it's a far cry from the Corolla that I drove my senior year of college.
Yeah, this all-wheel drive, all the power accessories. It's not,
but limited production.
Yeah, this is not going to be available everywhere for everyone. If you want one, get to the dealer, get your order in now. They will not last long.
$39,000 is a steal for that car.
I think so. When you compare it to a Golf R or a Civic Type R, it's several $1,000s less.
You still smiling?
I am, even though I had to give it up last week.
Harvey, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. RidesandDrives.com for more on all this. And are you looking for a forever furry friend?
Well, we will meet Gabriel. He is our pet of the week from Dane County Humane Society, coming up after Greg's First Warn forecast.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor if Entresto is right for you.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburgers cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you
all throughout the day. All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners. Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Did you leave the lights on?
No.
What the?
I'll go check it out.
I'm not a raccoon whisperer, but I can help you upgrade all this.
With free installation on Feldco windows, siding, doors, and roofing, plus no money down and no interest for 1 year. There's never been a better time to upgrade your home.
This offer ends soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Now what? You say it when things go wrong. At Prudential, we think you should say it when things go right, too. Like when you score your dream job, sell your business, or discover she's smart, really smart. Now what? Here's what. You connect with Prudential's rock-solid team serving over 50 million people with investment, insurance, and retirement know-how. Who's your rock? Visit Prudential.com or speak to an advisor today.
At McGann Furniture and Flooring in Baraboo, we know that hardworking people want the most value for their money. At McGann's, we've already sorted out and selected the brands that we feel offer you the most bang for your buck. From young couples to senior citizens, we offer a huge selection at prices that will fit your budget. And remember, at McGann's, we don't raise prices only to lower them later for a sale. Discover the difference at McGann Furniture and Flooring, downtown Baraboo.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Well, take a look at this. A woman lost for 5 days in the remote Australian wild found a very unique way to survive. Victoria police shared video shot from an aerial rescue unit of an area where Denise Bushman, where the woman was, in dense bushland, where the woman was located after her car became stuck in the mud while she was exploring the area. She was forced to wander on foot alone for 5 days before search teams spotted her car. She survived on lollipops and a bottle of wine that she brought as a gift. Ooh. She was found okay, and police say she was grateful to see them.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, I'm sure.
5 days.
With wine?
Lollipops and a bottle of wine.
I'd have a major headache after no water.
Sugar and
that's worse than that old water.
Wow.
Yeah, gotta hydrate. Well, she's okay. That's a good thing.
Bottom line.
She'd find water around here today, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we actually could, we could actually use it, in my opinion, just because of, we had 4 days last week of where it was 20% relative humidity. You add wind, you pretty much evaporate a lot of the topsoil pretty quickly, so it doesn't take much. So
you gotta balance things out.
A little soaking.
Yeah, this is a good soaking, light rain. It wasn't heavy rain, so that's the good news too. So.
And we might see some smoke in the atmosphere?
Yeah, I got an image of that right there. We've had it from the Alberta fires. You heard all the British Columbia. They didn't have a lot of snow this winter. It was all further south. So they've had a lot of fires. If you notice on the world news, it's been indicating. Satellite is picking that up. It actually has rushed all the way across to the east. This is the northeast part of the U.S. Now, that wispy stuff right now is not cirrus. That is actually smoke streaming all the way back there too. So
that's happened here before too. You can actually smell it.
Yeah, you can actually see it. And like I said, with satellite images now, we can detect that. We can detect fire. We show dust, how you can do that, and fire spots. So you can do a lot with that. But yeah, they're burning quite a lot out there because they didn't have much of the snow. The Pacific Northwest into British Columbia missed a lot of it. It was further south.
For us, though, sunshine coming.
Yeah, we got some sunshine. Unfortunately, we do have rain coming back later in the week, but I think we will see some nice conditions this week, including 70s and 80s, once we get past this gloomy Monday, and I'll break all that down after the break.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
As summer approaches, is your house ready? Over 7 out of 10 homes are poorly insulated. Is yours? Here are some of the signs. Is your house too cold in the winter? Is it too hot in the summer? Does your furnace and AC run almost non-stop? Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Are your energy bills too high? You don't need a new home. You need better insulation.
And right now, during Home Improvement Month, our labor is free, but that ends May 31st.
USA Insulation.
Heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor if Entresto is right for you.
At the Spectrum Lab, we're bringing you the best in connectivity with Spectrum One. Get Spectrum Internet with the fastest speeds in the nation, so you always have enough speed for all your devices.
Plus, advanced Wi-Fi delivering state-of-the-art security and privacy.
Plus, Spectrum Mobile gives you unlimited talk, text, and data on a reliable nationwide network.
Get Spectrum One with Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi, plus your first line of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited, free for 12 months. Call 833-792-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or Spectrum Store today.
Ivisia Dry Eye Drops. Made with hydrating polymers, moisturizing hyaluronic acid, and revitalizing trehalose for instant dryness relief that lasts up to 8 hours. Ivisia, we see a better way.
First Choice Dental's got going to the dentist solved. And when you've got 11 convenient neighborhood clinics, you can solve a lot of problems, like helping you make the most of your insurance. With Coverage Check, schedule your appointment at firstchoicedental.com.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, we've had active kind of the last 3 days and look like we're going to have a dry spell before another active period comes towards this weekend. But overall, if you look at this is really a satellite image that shows you where the darker stuff is the drier air, where you have the white is more moisture. But you can see over the last 24 hours, we've had several little complexes develop that stayed to our south but provided some rain for us. The good news is behind it, we do have some drier air that's going to be working its way in. But you see overall, the flow has become more now west to east. Last week, it was kind of messed up just because of the blocking that we had or traffic jam we had going on. So overall, we see that, and then we have a series of circulations. You can see one there, a couple more in the Pacific. Those are eventually going to take shape over the west part of the U.S., and over time, towards the end of the week, those are going to start making its way eastward, and that'll provide our unsettled weather once again for this weekend. But in the meantime, we do have some drier air coming through, so it should provide at least some dry periods here through Thursday. Mainly dry, going from the 70s to low 80s, maybe Wednesday, but definitely Thursday we'll see 80s, and then the low in the full 40s. The one thing with all the moisture underground we may have to deal with is some patchy morning fog, depending if we can clear out. The unsettled weather kind of returns Friday through Mother's Day. Showers Friday, they could actually hold off maybe into Saturday. I think Saturday is the best chance. Cool, showery on Mother's Day, probably breezy too. A lot of the timing of this precipitation we'll have to keep an eye on. It doesn't mean all day rain, but we'll have to wait and see. Overall for this evening, that light rain to the north begins to break up. The showers to the west begin to fall apart too. So overall, we'll see less cloud cover as we get overnight. The one thing with the less cloud cover, we might see some more fog development as we go towards the morning hours. We'll wake up probably in the upper 40s, near 50, and once again, a lot of this could be fog or just low clouds, so keep in mind if you wake up, you might have to be dealing with some of that. We should break out the sun here later, get back up, and the temperatures should be up into the 70s with a lot more sunshine. This is more high clouds we'll kind of be dealing with, and then as we get towards Tuesday and Tuesday night, little weak system pushes off to the north, but it does turn the winds more subtly, so I think Wednesday night will be a little bit warmer, and that sets up for a nice Thursday. Meanwhile, as you talked about all that system coming to the east, eventually over time, you're going to see a low developing here over the plain states, and that's just going to keep swinging these little waves of precipitation up our way through Friday, through Saturday. As you can see, here's the low really sitting to the west. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities for rainfall, but it may not be all day rain coming this weekend. We'll just have to keep an eye because this could change in what we look at. But overall, it does look unsettled once we get past Friday. As you see, the 10-day, it looks like that. We could get 80 Thursday. Definitely possibility. We might even see it on Wednesday in certain areas. The shower and thunderstorm come back Friday. They could be delayed maybe more to Friday night and then once again unsettled. And then Sunday through next week, a lot more questions kind of remain. There's some indications that Sunday could be kind of like what we had today, but we'll see. Just depends. It depends on what goes on. And we could be actually in the mid-60s too, like western areas were today too. So, and then it looks like to dry out the further we go on.
Come on, Mother Nature.
No, especially on Mother's Day. But you know, Mother's Day, it's like that's our planting day.
I know.
It's always tradition, but.
Well, like I said, it's mid-50s here in Madison. You go to Prairie du Chien, it's been mid-60s and partly sunny skies.
Well, we'll celebrate there.
So all it depends on what goes on, you know, but it does look unsettled, but the next few days should be fine.
All right. Thank you.
Well, your buddy, Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti, has been in the UK this past week, soaking up all the energy of the British Isles before the coronation.
Can you imagine that? Earlier today, we spoke with our newest international correspondent, Gary Canalti, about how his trip has been so far.
So the coronation was Saturday. You're in the British Isles. What's it like over there?
Boy, we picked the right time to get here. Actually, we saw the coronation on the ferry boat over from Scotland to Northern Ireland. A lot of people watching the monitors there, watching the coronation. Fortunately, we missed out on the rain that they had down in London, so it wasn't too bad for us. But a lot of hoopla, you know, and it's interesting because we've been in Belfast in Northern Ireland the last couple of days, and of course, Northern Ireland is under basically belongs to the United Kingdom, whereas the rest of Ireland is separate. Of course, they've had the Troubles back, which they ended 25 years ago with the Good Friday Agreement. But still, people in Northern Ireland definitely more into the coronation than folks that are from Ireland and farther south.
So tell us, how has the trip been so far, Gary?
So far, so good. We've been very lucky. The rain that we've had has been either at night or while we were in the bus, but we spent 3 nights in Scotland. We toured the Titanic Museum, went to the Edinburgh Castle there, and then we went did some touring in the northern portion of Scotland, Inverary, and then we took the ferry over to Northern Ireland, and we spent all day in Belfast, and now today we saw the Giant's Causeway in the northern part of Northern Ireland. So we've been fortunate so far.
How are the cultures different? Can you see a distinct difference between the Scottish and the Irish?
You know, not so much, but I've really been struck by the friendliness of the people here. Of course, you know, again, the Northern Ireland has had problems in the past, and it was literally the 25th anniversary of the ending of that conflict just about a week or two ago. And you know, while you could still, there's still obviously some animosity on both sides. When it comes to foreign people in the country, I mean, they really go all out. They are very, very friendly, and we've had a great time.
And you're not done yet.
No, plenty more to do.
Nope. Yeah, we still got another night in Northern Ireland, and then we'll spend 2 nights in Dublin and fly back on Friday. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that the weather will be nice for that. Everybody's holding me accountable, of course.
That's the price you pay.
Right.
Well, go grab a pint to Cheerio.
Okay, thank you. I'll have one for you, too.
Have a good trip back.
Have 2 for me. Thank you,
Thanks, Gary.
You're welcome.
Are you having a good time?
He's having a great time.
Well, coming up next year on Live at 4, another marvel at the box office, but perhaps not as marvelous as previous versions. At least not at the box office. Will Loper will explain all that.
And then at 5, 4 law enforcement officers have died in Wisconsin this year. We'll hear from local officials about the toll this has had on the departments.
This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angels Senior Living Community is built on a foundation of authentic, local care. A framework for living well. Windows to take in the beautiful future. And it's crowned by the pride that one's home is one's castle. This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living. Built with the help of angels.
Fry Construction is celebrating 28 years with a big, big, big anniversary sale. Join us to save 28%. That's right, 28%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Act now for 28% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your free consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Salonpas Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Celebrate Memorial Day at Brothers Maine, where unbeatable appliance deals come with expert advice. Enjoy special prices and free delivery on top brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. Visit us today and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Raising healthy children takes a village, and kids thrive when their village is healthy too.
SSM Health and News 3 Now are helping you unlock a healthier world with our Time for Kids Keys to Health campaign. We'll show you how sustainable choices create healthier lifestyles, explore the impacts of food security on families,
and share ways we can help build a healthy community together. Join us on air, online, and in your village and take time for kids.
Madison Magazine helps you ditch your digital devices and get out of town. Plan your grand escape with 29 amazing road trip ideas, from rustic cabins to spa retreats and everything in between. Madison Magazine, online and on newsstands now.
Want to know right now what the weather will be like tomorrow? Download the First Warn Weather app and you'll get my customized forecast for tonight and tomorrow.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
New at 5, after a Janesville high school coach was arrested for child pornography, a parent shares how their student feels violated and lost a sense of security.
Once the rain clears later into this evening, we're going to be entering a pattern that's not only pleasant, but rather mild. We're going to be talking about the warm-up coming up tonight at 5.
And ahead at 6, killed in the line of duty, the state mourns the loss of another Wisconsin police officer. Local law enforcement officials share their concerns tonight at 6.
Ooh, a kind of cloudy, foggy look downtown Madison on this rainy Monday. The sun's returning tomorrow. It's time to meet our pet of the week. Lisa Bernard from the Dane County Humane Society is here with Gabriel.
Yes.
I've got the treats.
Gabriel
so he's trying
is
to come over.
Motivated. Tell us.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, look at that face. Tell us about this guy.
Such a cute face. This is Gabriel. He is 6 months old. And as you can see, he does like treats. He knows sit, and being that he's treat motivated could also help him learn a little more, especially if you're going to be so generous with the treats.
So we think some lab in there?
They do think he's got a lab mix.
Oh, good job.
He's so cute.
And his
He
tail's-
arrived last week from Alabama.
Ooh.
So looking for a new home up here.
Okay, hi.
As we can see, he's going to get himself nice and comfy on Mark's lap.
So you rode well in the car?
Rode very well in the car. I had to help him in, but after we got in, he sat down and looked around and then just laid down, and haven't heard a peep from him. So he's very, very quiet and very sweet.
And very inquisitive.
Very curious. I think he's going to have fun going on adventures with his next family.
How big is he going to get?
Well, being that he's part lab,
I see those paws.
Twice as big?
He could get around 50 or up. It's
Yeah, look at
kind of
this
hard to tell.
size of those paws.
Yeah.
Oh, you are a good boy. Oh.
So cute and very affectionate too. So
He gets
loves
along with
to
other
play.
dogs?
He did join a puppy play group.
Yes.
And he was a little more interested in the people around watching and monitoring, but...
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I think he'll be
It's
interested.
good for you to like people.
And speaking of dog training,
Dog training, we offer that at Dane County Humane Society. So we offer 3 different types of classes. One is for puppies that are between 8 weeks and 18 weeks. And then the next course is for 4 to 6 months, and then 6 months and older. So if you're looking for a dog and get on the right foot.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks?
You can. Okay. You can train anybody, including a person.
Okay, Mark. How do we sign him up?
last week's pet.
Last week, Shea Butter was adopted.
Butter. I love that.
She got adopted right after we got back.
Yeah, that's no surprise to anybody.
She was really sweet. So is he. Super adorable.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Aren't you
look
cool?
at you.
Yes, you are the cutest. Hi.
He knows that. Go to giveshelter.org to check out Gabriel and all the other animals available at the Dane County Humane Society. Lisa, thank you.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. Will Loper's next.
I definitely don't say enough on this segment how lucky I am to have this job, because today I am sitting here with Tumbled Rock Brewster, Erica Bianda, and we're running, what did you call us? Quality control? Quality control. We're running quality control and drinking today. Tell me about your dream job.
Yeah, I am from California originally, from Oakland, and found my way out to Wisconsin after working a couple different bars, a couple different packaging jobs, assistant brewing jobs, and found my way here in Baraboo and living my my dream.
What is it that you love so much about what you get to do?
I love the creative control. I don't view myself as a creative person, so actually being able to write these beer recipes and choose the ingredients and say I actually did make something is really cool. And just our community that we have based around, from our locals to our out-of-towners. The community is really what makes it special here.
How fun is it to be here on a busy night and see all of the people enjoying your babies? This is from scratch. Like, this is your pride and joy. I mean, that must be an amazing feeling.
It still doesn't feel real sometimes. It's wild to see people just like drinking the drinks and enjoying it, and I couldn't ask for anything better.
For people who are thinking Tumbled Rock, Baraboo, I don't know where this place is. It's in the beautiful Baraboo Bluffs, but what can they expect here?
Live music, amazing atmosphere, really great wood-fired pizzas on top of our other entrees, a really amazing staff, and I think good beers.
Some of the best beers you're gonna find. Enough said. We're gonna do more quality control. Come out and check this place out, Tumbled Rock Brewery and Kitchen. Cheers to you, Brewster. You are awesome. I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
Postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer are living longer with Kisqali. So long live family time, long live dreams, and long live you. Kisqali is a pill proven to help women live longer when taken with an aromatase inhibitor. And Kisqali helps preserve quality of life, so you're not just living, you're living well. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Long live hugs and kisses. Ask about Kisqali, and long live life.
Yeah, so far we're looking actually good with traffic nothing to speak of the Beltline. If we go to the west to Mount Horeb, no incidents to speak of, and up to the north to the Dells, everything is looking good traffic-wise. Into Janesville, no issues to speak of, too. If you look at the radar right now, all that precip band has been steadily just holding to the north. Wisconsin Dells up to Fond du Lac. Just a few showers here and there, but overall the trend is to be drier, so that's the good news for anyone traveling out there. We shouldn't speak of that, but one thing to keep in mind for the morning commute, we could see some patchy fog, you guys.
All right, Greg, thank you. Here's a look at the first official portrait of King Charles III following his coronation. The Royal Household 2023 is releasing the image from British photographer Hugo Bernard. In a statement released today, Charles thanked everyone involved in the celebrations. I need a picture like that.
We'll get your crown ready for you.
Thank you. A new Marvel movie does what new Marvel movies do. It opened at #1 at the box office.
With the numbers and his reviews, here's our resident film critic, Will Loper.
It's time once again for another Marvel movie. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 opened at #1, making $114 million this past weekend, which for most movies would be pretty good money. But as far as Marvel films go, it's a bit of a disappointment. But how does Guardians itself rank among superhero movies?
The galaxy still needs its Guardians.
Come on, Drax. Seriously, dude? Once again, we meet up with the ragtag group of space heroes led by Peter Quill, played by Chris Pratt, as well as Drax, Mantis, Rocket, and the giant talking tree Groot, voiced by Vin Diesel. When Rocket becomes injured, the gang has to travel to find a way to save his life. And along the way, we get flashbacks to Rocket's childhood.
My sacred mission is to create the perfect society.
Which are traumatic scenes, to say the least. Turns out Rocket is the result of a very crazy man's devisings to create a perfect world. And in trying to do so, he operates on animals and forces them through accelerated evolutions.
He didn't want to make things perfect. He just hated things the way they are.
Those thinking about taking younger ones will want to heed the PG-13 rating on this movie. as the film goes to some very dark places.
Are you ready for one last ride?
Besides that, the same Guardians humor is there, as well as fantastic visuals and action. However, at 2.5 hours long, it gets to the point near the end where it really felt too long. And I longed for just one Marvel movie that doesn't become a CGI explosion extravaganza near the end. That said, if you like Marvel movies and the other Guardians of the Galaxy films, you'll still have a blast at Volume 3 in theaters now.
We'll all fly away together into the forever.
Over on streaming services, newly streaming on Hulu Wednesday is the series Class of '09.
The Bureau claims to want different types of people, so long as we all do the same thing.
The show spans 3 timelines, focusing on the relationship between artificial intelligence and the way law enforcement agencies utilize it.
I've overseen changes to the way the Bureau operates.
We don't spy on our own.
Sometimes we have to.
And newly arrived on Netflix is the 2022 film A Man Called Otto. Watch Tom Hanks be an irascible grump who softens when a new family moves in.
Oh my God. Give me the keys.
Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Otto.
For Live at 4, I'm Will Loper.
No, no, no. You are not taking over my bed.
Famous last words.
Right, exactly. That is a good movie.
All right.
Highly recommend that.
Okay, I'll have to check it out. Well, the final check of your forecast coming up.
Habitat Restore is full of great finds at great prices for a great cause. With a unique inventory of high-quality, low-cost goods, you can save money and feel good about your purchase. Shop Restore Dane County today.
Ready to feel what it's like when you can do more with less asthma? It's possible with Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Are you in? Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. Upgrade your home with new outlets from Legrand, including these new USB outlets. Charge more of your devices without the need for bulky AC adapters. Pick up this USB outlet for $29.99 after rebate. Continue your renovations with 11% off our huge selection of ceiling fans. They add elegance to any room while reducing energy costs year-round. A 52-inch Lincoln Park ceiling fan is $79.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Seen as another avenue to muzzle voters' voices, how the shared revenue plan for city funds could have some tough consequences. And we have new details on a Janesville high school coach facing charges after allegedly recording a girls' locker room. That's coming up at 5.
Show us your weather photos, and you could win a First Warn weather umbrella. Send us your weather pics in an email or on the First Warn weather app. We'll select and showcase the winning entries each day on News 3 Now this morning and News 3 Now at 6. Send in your pics to win a First Warn weather umbrella today.
Any rain will end this evening with skies becoming partly cloudy overnight, allowing some patchy dense fog. Dry looks through Thursday, with Friday through Saturday as next Mother's Day looking like showers and thunderstorms return. Temperatures overall tonight should get back down into the upper 40s. Once again, there could be that patchy dense fog in the morning. Otherwise, 70s return to tomorrow, with 80s returning by Thursday before we begin the trend back down to possibly the 60s by Mother's Day, which average temperature right now should be about 66, and by the end of next week we should be approaching average of 70.
Oh, roller coaster there.
Yeah, it certainly is. Well, tomorrow on Live at 4, UW Health's Dr. Jeff Pothoff has the latest medical news.
And Mother's Day is right around the corner, a day to celebrate, Mom. But for some, it can be a painful day. Psychologist Shyla Mergain has some advice. That's tomorrow on Live at 4.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer are living longer with Kisqali. So long live family time, long live dreams, and long live you. Kisqali is a pill proven to help women live longer when taken with an aromatase inhibitor. And Kisqali helps preserve quality of life, so you're not just living, you're living well. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Long live hugs and kisses. Ask about Kisqali, and long live life.
In today's Final Touch, the coronation celebrations continue in England, with today being declared a holiday.
And one special group got together to honor the new king. Londoners brought their dogs to party on the streets on London in celebration of King Charles III's coronation. And what better breed to honor the king other than King Charles Cavalier Spaniels?
Of course.
More than 100 King Charles Spaniels were walked or pushed in carts or carried in loving arms. The rain resulted in some wet pooches, but in the end, the rain didn't dampen spirits of excitement over a new monarch.
A perfect dog to honor King Charles. Cavalier Spaniel. All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again